Today we're going to look at another smart doorbell. This one's the model J5 by Meco. I've already reviewed one very similar to this. This is the new model. 2K Quad HD as opposed to just a standard 720 HD. So let's take a look at this one. We'll open it together. Look at the specifications. It's 2K HD, 166 degree view angle, run off due voltage, it's wireless, motion detection, full duplex audio, and it'll support a micro SD card of up to 128 gigabytes. Works with Amazon Alexa, has night vision, and it also works with Google Home if you've got those devices. I don't have any smart speakers here, so I won't be able to test that functionality of it. In the package you get a template for mounting it on the wall, the actual doorbell, a power adapter, mounting hardware I believe. Yes, mounting hardware. And some wires to attach it if you're attaching it to an existing doorbell. Security bit with a hole in the front, probably like the one I've already got, but it's an Allen key for tightening it in place. And of course the camera. This is an indoor doorbell. This will ring in the house. It's wireless. The doorbell comes with two mounting brackets. One is a straight wall bracket that would mount flush to the wall. The other one's an angled bracket, so if you're mounting it to a wall that's facing across from the door, you can angle it out towards the street. That way you get more of a shot. So the difference between the two of them, as you can see, oh, it fits on like this. Fits on behind it. So the doorbell fits into its base, and if you can mount it flush to the wall, or you can mount it against the mounting plate, which gives you about a 30-degree angle, somewhere in there. This one here, unlike the last one, the difference between this one and the last Meco doorbell that I reviewed was the last one operates on batteries. It had internal batteries, and you connected it up to power that would charge the batteries, but it could operate in a completely wireless operation because it did not require power. So that's the big difference. This one requires a constant source of power, and you can feed it anywhere from 12 volts DC up to AC 12 or 24 volts. It has a built-in SD card, and it comes with a 32 gig SD card. Where is it here? Let's take it out. Comes with a 32 gig, supports up to 128 gig card. So there's the 32 gig card that it comes with. And you connect your power up to the two terminals on the back. It comes with an AC adapter, which you can use if you don't have an existing hardwired doorbell. If you do have a hardwired doorbell, you are required to disable the sounder, the bell. It doesn't ring your existing doorbell in the house, whereas my Skybell does. My Skybell rings the existing doorbell. In fact, it requires an existing doorbell. A lot of the other ones on the market require that you have a mechanical bell. This one does not, but it does require power. If we look at the instructions, if you're connecting it with an existing door chime, for example, you're required to bypass the door chime by installing one of the jumpers that's included, so that the transformer power is supplied straight to the camera. This is where your existing button is that you're going to replace with the camera. So you replace the actual striker by jumpering it over, and it comes with the hardware to do just that. It comes with a jumper, and it comes with two wires that you can crimp on or use morettes to moret onto the existing wires that are coming out of the house. So you would just take your existing doorbell button here, remove it, and attach to the two wires. Polarity does not matter, so it doesn't matter. White and black doesn't matter. It'll work off AC or DC, so it doesn't care. If you don't have an existing power source, you can use the existing power adapter. This is what I'm going to use because I'm going to put this one at my back door, right where the battery powered one is right now. I'm going to take the battery powered one down. I'm going to put this one in place of it because I have an outlet that's right there. So I can plug this in, have it at my back door, and have it recording. So that's where we're going to install this one. And it comes, of course, with the door chime. This sits inside the house. It just plugs into your conventional USB, like a telephone, like a cell phone charger. You plug your cell phone charger in, you plug this into the wall, and it sits there. This becomes your door chime when someone pushes the button. In fact, what I'm going to do, I've just decided I'm going to make this my backdoor camera because it looks nicer than the one that's out there now. And I got a place that I can put it, and I got power there, so I can use power adapter. And my house doesn't have doorbell at the back door. I have a doorbell at the front door, but not at the back. Not that too many people come around the back, but still, be nice to have one there. And this one's going to fit the bill. And I've even got a place to mount it. I can utilize all the hardware. So before we do that, let's set it up. We'll get it working on the app, and we'll get the doorbell paired to it. And then I'll show you guys how it works. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the power. This is temporary because I need to disconnect it to run the wire into the mount once I've got it mounted. So we'll connect the power, and of course we'll get it paired to my network. Requires a 2.4 gigahertz system. It should work with. I got a router like right behind the wall where it's going to go, so I don't anticipate any problems whatsoever with Wi-Fi. It's actually a dual band system, so hopefully it's going to work. It's a mesh system that I'm going to connect it to. Anyway, I'll try anyway. It might force me to connect it to my existing 2.4 gigahertz router. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pair it to the network. So we open up the destruction manual, and we're going to connect power. I've already got the app installed. And so I'm going to go down and I'm going to go to the Wi-Fi configuration. So I'm going to open up the app. It's all done through the app. So it's Cloud Edge. So here's my Cloud Edge app that's going to load. And I'm going to, see, I've already got two cameras on here now, but we're going to delete this one at some point. Okay, this is called the old back door. And as you can see, it looks out straight out. This is obviously my back door right here. And it looks out into my backyard. And the camera I'm going to put in, I'm going to mount right down here. I'm going to mount this one beside the door right here. That's where it's going to go. And although the location where this one is good, but it's not easily seen when you walk up to the back door. You got to kind of look to the right. So I think if this one sits here, it will not only capture this whole area here because I'm going to use the angled bracket, but it'll also look the direction this way for people walking around the corner, which will probably be a better location for it. So that's where I'm going to put it. Plus the fact that I can hide the wiring here in behind the vinyl siding so that the wiring is not exposed, and therefore someone can't just see the wiring and follow it. There is a plug there, but the plug is kind of hidden and it'll be out of the way. So that's what's going to happen. So right now, let's get the new camera running. So let me just plug this thing in, and we should get some directions here as to what it's going to do. So now the light is flashing red, so it's ready to connect. So to connect the device, I believe I hit the plus button on here, and I'm going to select a doorbell.
Please power on the device.
Yeah, the device is powered on. We know that, and it's ready. Next.
Press the bell button and tap next.
Okay. Oh, I should probably also plug in power for this chime so that I can pair that at the same time. Now it says, please press the doorbell, press the bell button and tap next. So I'm going to press the button. I'm going to press next.
Please reset the device by holding the reset button for 5 seconds.
So now I'm going to have
for the indicator light to flash red.
Okay, so now I'm going to reset the device. There's a little pin that comes with this thing right here. And there's a little reset button on the bottom here, so I'm going to press the reset button for 5 seconds. There we go. And I got to wait now for this thing to flash. start flashing. Once it starts flashing red. Okay, now I'm ready, so I hit next.
Select the Wi-Fi network you want to sync with. Please choose a 2.4G network, then enter your network password.
So
Tap next to show your QR code.
So the next thing happens.
Code in front of the camera lens at a distance of 5 to 8 inches.
So I have to remove the film from the front of the lens that protects the lens, otherwise it's going to distort the QR code. But I'm going to tap next. It's going to display a QR code on my phone, which I'm going to obviously hide from you guys, and then point the camera at it, and then that will transfer my Wi-Fi name and my Wi-Fi password over to the camera. So let's do that. I've got my QR code, and I hold the camera up to it, and the camera will
connecting.
Connect.
Please wait a moment.
There's a message that comes up that says notification tone heard or not, and I heard the tone, so click connect. It says device found. Done. And now, as you can see, there's the camera. It's working. It's got a picture. Now we'll pair the camera to the doorbell so that it rings in the house. So pairing the bell is quite easy. You just press the reset button on the back and release it, and it'll start flashing blue. And when it's flashing blue, there we go. That's it. It's paired. Now, when someone rings the doorbell here, you'll hear it not only ring here, you're also going to hear my phone go off. See? You hear that? Sounds like a bottle cap. So anytime someone rings the bell, my phone goes off as well as the bell inside. And then all I gotta do is just bring up Cloud Edge, and it'll bring the picture up right away on there if I want to see a picture. Now I can set this up so that it'll actually pop up on my phone, but I generally, when I get notifications, I'll just hit the button and I'm good to go. If I want to listen to the person outside, I just turn on the speaker, and now I can hear what's going on. If I want to talk to the person, I just tap intercom, and I can talk to the person. You can hear me coming through the camera. So now it's a two-way system. I don't have to turn that off again, turn off the sound. I don't have to press a button like some of the other cameras, like my Skybell, for example. If I want to talk to the person, I got to push a button and hold it, and then release it, push to talk. This one here, you just tap intercom, and as soon as you tap intercom, the person can hear you. And if you want to hear them, you just tap your screen and turn on the speaker. So you can listen and know what's going on, and then you can hit the intercom button if you want to talk to them. Now, if I'm watching this live and I want to record it onto my phone, I would just tap record over here, and that would record what I'm seeing onto my phone. It'll make a backup copy on my phone. Now we can proceed to install the camera, and then once I've set up the camera, we'll set up the motion detection on here as well, because it does have motion detection, but we can set all that up momentarily. Okay, so I'm going to put the mount, I'm going to mount it right about here. Screws in here to hold it down to the base. Now the camera can be attached and secured. In place. Set the security screw in the bottom and spin it in. And there it is. It's done. Wires are all concealed. It's plugged into an outlet that's also kind of concealed. You don't notice it. It's actually up in my soffit. So it's all powered up. When someone rings the bell, I get a notification on my phone, and then I can just tap the Cloud Edge, and I can see who's there, and we can see us filming. I can see the camera here sitting on the tripod, and if I want to listen in, I can just turn on the microphone. Now I can hear who's at the door. So if I want to set up motion detection, for example, I can just tap motion detection, low, medium, and high, and I can tell it how long I want it to record for. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And if I want an alarm to be triggered, an alert will be triggered. So if I want to be alerted to anything that comes along here, I can just say any movement that happens in here, but I don't necessarily want to be alerted to, how do I erase? I don't necessarily want to be alerted to the trees blowing, but I want to be alerted to any movement that happens in here. And of course, anybody that's around in here, but I want to ignore the tree because, you know. So now the way I've set it up, any movement that happens in this zone here that I've now designated as a watch zone, and for that matter I can even put this area over here. Oops. Because technically I guess nobody's going to be in the area of the wall, but we could put that area in. But anything that happens in this orange area is going to trigger an alert. But I don't necessarily want to have an alert triggered if the wind is blowing the tree. So I can exclude that. But this way, anybody that walks down my driveway into my backyard, or anybody that comes in from behind the garage, will create an alert. Now, under recording management, that was just me that triggered it. I can choose event recording. In event recording, it'll record 1 minute clips every time, or 1, 2, or 3 minute clips every time somebody walks in. Or I could choose full day recording. In full day recording, it will continue to record everything all day long. I typically choose event recording just because I don't need to see everything that's happening. I really only need to see if somebody's come around the back or come around into the zone of the recordings. But you have that option that you can select full day recording. And again, the recording time is going to depend on how large your SD card is. In this case, I've got a 32 gig card, but the camera will support up to 128 gig. There are 4 different ringtones that you can set, and you can also change the volume. This actually changes the volume of the inside doorbell. So when I press the button, you can hear the doorbell inside. I can turn it up. Right. And also, there are 4 different chimes. So if I click song 2, it sounds like this. And of course, it brings up you have a visitor on my phone. If I go to chime number 3, yeah, okay, that's enough. That would get annoying. I'm sorry. That would get annoying. Let's see what number 4 sounds like. Here's number 4. I think that would probably get annoying too. Well, we'll go back to number 2. Number 2, I think. Yeah, I can live with number 2. Or even number 1. Just a standard door chime, thank you. You can leave messages. Owner leaves message. So if I tap on owner leaves message, and then I can have fun with this thing. You remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? Well, let's recreate it. Hello? I'm sorry, I can't come to the door now. Please come back later. Bye. So we'll just give it a name. And it is now saving that to the doorbell. So if I ring it, I can send a message to a person if I don't want to talk to them. I get the notification on my phone. I can see them. I don't want to talk to them. I just tap the screen here. And I send the voicemail that I want to say.
I'm sorry, I can't come to the door now. Please come back later. Bye.
So that way, when you open the app, if you see someone at the door that you don't want to deal with, or I can do another one for the package delivery guy will never ring this doorbell, but if I had this one out front, and I see the postman there, and they're about ready to leave a package at the door, I can tap the button and say, don't leave the package there, take it to the other door. But generally they don't even ring the bell. I've got tons of video footage of Amazon and postal carriers. They don't even ring the bell. They just put the package at the door and they go, because they know if they ring the bell, they may actually have to talk to someone, so they don't do it. So I'm back inside now. So that's the shot that the camera sees. If I turn my phone sideways, it will give me a full screen. So that's basically everything it sees. It sees my entire backyard, including my workshop, well, my old workshop. This is just it's a secondary garage, and all that's stored in there is my old car and my motorcycle and stuff. So to play those recordings, we just go back and click on history. And you see when it's set to record, if it was recording 24 hours a day, you'd have an entire timeline here. But the way I've got it set, I've only got it set to record when there's actual motion. So I can expand on this. I can slide this little timeline, and now I can look at the different events. So if I slide the timeline along, I'll see that there was an event at 15:20. That was probably me setting the camera up outside, I would think. So here's some video when I was setting it up, attaching it. This is all recorded. If I want to go to a different place on the timeline, I just slide over and pick the next event, and it will load the next event up.
And there it is. It's done. Wires are all concealed.
Also, you can select standard definition, HD, or full HD. So there's HD, and if I tap it again, if I tap here, I can go to full HD, and this will load an even higher resolution image. So in full HD, I can zoom in and see some fine detail. So for example, if I zoom in, you can see some fairly fine detail there. .27, there we go. 27 kilobits, 20 kilobits. So resolution's a lot lower, as you can see. If I zoom in, you see how blurry it is now, right? I don't have any detail. If I zoom in on the neighbor's ladder sitting up there, or the tiki torch, there's no detail. If I go back and select HD, you can see even here it's sharper. You can see the leaves, and the ladder's a little sharper. And then if I go and select full HD, it's sharper still. A little bit sharper. Certainly sharper than the recordings made in SD, that's for sure. That about does it for this one. Link to the new smart video doorbell, model J5 by Meco, is in the description. I've got a couple of their other cameras. I've had them running now for several weeks, and they've been flawless to this point. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.